Okay, I'm gonna go through all this in a minute. I'm gonna go through
Sorry.
everything you can expect. But before you do, I'm gonna one of our people who come here all the time, with us, has gone all 5 years. Just came on, Amy Kawadler. She's waiting on a plane. She must have missed the. Hi, Amy. Can you unmute? Can you just be? We haven't really started, but I know you probably can't stay long because you're in an airport. But I know you're here because you want to tell people why you keep coming back year after year.
Hey everyone, I'm at DFW on my way home to Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Just got off the plane from Paris, so I'm like, but I can't miss anything that Jeannie does, and especially this amazing beach event that, yeah, I've been every single year, and it just gets better and better because I've said it a million times. It is truly like it's camp Ralston. Like it is like you have such close connections and you feel like you're 12 years old again because you're running from hut to the beach and boogie boarding and food and getting on your bicycle and then taking a walk and laying on a hammock, and you just don't have real life like that to be able to completely disconnect from the world as much or as little as you want and connect at such a deep level because you're half naked and then you're, swimming and midnight swims. And it's extraordinary. It really, she has created such a wonderful place that you can really play and be as creative. And we're playing in the sand and we're making art projects and we all go into little groups and chat about life, and happy hour at 5 o'clock with margaritas and group dinners, of course, the traditional and the most amazing, delicious food. And yeah, I can't say enough about it. And so, luckily, I'm able to be actually one of the leaders on one of the weeks this year. So I'm like, you guys have to sign up so I can be with you this trip.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's
Well,
good.
great.
So
Thank you so much, Amy. We're
you
gonna.
bet.
You're the best, and I appreciate it so much. I know that you're on the move, but I have a little. I just want to show them a bunch of pictures and talk through it.
Definitely.
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you some pictures, and we can talk through some of your questions. What anticipate your questions, and then I'm going to let all of you kind of ask your questions or tell me what your any hesitations are, or anything like that. So that's how I wanted you to see this. But pictures say a lot, and as Amy has taught photo classes there as well. So I'm going to share some pictures with you now, and don't look at my messy screen because that's just secret stuff. Um, and so let me go to the very beginning. I don't know. Let me see. I've got to do screen. Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna do full screen. Full screen. Go, 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 go. Anyway, I'm gonna do a slideshow. I swear to God, I know how. There it is. There it is. There we go. So can you see all that? Does everybody see this?
Yep.
Okay. So this is, it's a lot of what Amy said is so relaxing and playful, and it can be anything you want because we're there for a week. It is a trip where you make it whatever you feel like. We're going to talk about all the things that are to do, but you can pick and choose how much you want to be involved, or just lie back and enjoy. So a lot of people want to know where Troncones is. So here you've heard probably of Zihuatanejo and Ixtapa. Mm-hmm. So it's just north on the coast from Ixtapa and Zihuatanejo, but it's worlds away. I mean, you fly into the Zihuatanejo airport, but it's, I've been many times to Ixtapa and Zihuatanejo. I should say I lived in Mexico, and that's how I found Troncones. It was a favorite beach of locals in where I lived in San Miguel de Allende. And so, but I had been to Ixtapa and Zihuatanejo, which are very commercialized, high rises and so forth. But Troncones is everything is low slung. There's not high rises. It's like your dream beach town because it's still undiscovered in many ways. So it's amazing that it's undiscovered because it's been written about, but the growth is just contained. It's not out of control, which I just love. And so the things that make it special here is solitude. I mean, even at like the midday when most beaches are just really crowded. I mean, this obviously is not at midday, but you can just look down the beach and you don't see people. It's just very desolate in space to play and be yourself in. And I always, it makes me want to do cartwheels and spin around because it's so empty and pretty. And the authenticity, I mean, wherever you go, there's like, it's just Mexico in little tiny bits. It's not like, not commercial, it's not overly commercialized at all. So this is something that you just to cherish. This is a little cocktail bar down the beach that we used to go to all the time. um and just the sheer beauty, just waves and waves and nature, and it's a beautiful place. And the animals, I mean, it's known because it has lots of little dogs that are on the beach. Dogs are part of the whole feeling at the beach. There is that people have their dogs, they love their dogs, they're free. There's an iguana. I have a picture somewhere of a baby horse on the beach, but I couldn't find it. So, but there's beautiful, it's just natural, and it's special enough to make the New York Times. I misprinted this. I actually wrote a story for the New York Times about a whole story about Troncones back in 2013. And some people were mad at me that I did that because it said it's going to get, everybody's going to find it. But the way it's built, there's just one road and then there's big mountains on the back. There's really not space for it to get overly done. And they're very good about controlling the growth. So it keeps that charm, which I think is just so important. And then it also makes lots of best beaches in Mexico lists. Even I've seen it in the best beaches in the world, but this is Travel and Leisure, their picks of the best. So it's not just me being sentimental. I mean, it's objectively, there's been, Condé Nast Traveler, US News and World Report, they all have seen this, how beautiful this is. So we stay at a place called Present Moment Retreat, which is definitely, is the best hotel in Troncones, because it's been around. It's designed to take care of everything that you could want, and you stay in little palapa thatched bungalows, and you see there's mosquito nets at night for you to get into at night. There's little porches, and you've got this great pool. And so you've got all your huts around the main pool. There's 11 rooms there. So we take over the whole hotel. And so as Amy will tell you, we have a disco night, and sometimes we make noise, but we're the only ones, it's our place basically for the week. So nobody yells at us. And what do we do there? Short answer, play and relax. I mean, it's, as Amy was saying, it's just play, just that feeling of like, how long has it been since you've had that sense of play where, what am I going to do today? How can I have more fun? That kind of feeling. And relaxing is this is one of our friends who just, spent a lot of time, doing journaling or something with the view of the ocean right at her feet. So, but specifically there's yoga. And even if, to be honest, I'm not that personally into yoga. I'll do we have somebody, one of our own Next Tribe people who come in and they do the stretching and nice morning wake up. There's more intense classes. So there's about 3 classes a day you can choose from. Some people do all of them. Some people like me, maybe once the whole week. But I'm saying it's there for you if that's what you like. And people and Amy has said, and other people who come, that maybe they didn't start out loving yoga, but they really enjoy this setting, this kind of what's presented here. I mean, I don't, you can't really see, but the yoga platform looks out over the waves. So that's your view, and it makes for a very special experience, even if you're not the biggest yoga lover. And here's our friend Kim, who does a lot of the yoga classes there, and she's helping people through shavasana. And who doesn't love shavasana? So that's all I'm gonna say. And there's body treatment. So this is part of your package is a body treatment, and a lot of people are happy with that one, but a lot of people book more. I mean, they have really top class therapists and masseuses, and so you can book as much as you want after that first one, as long as everybody's had their chance to get one for the week. But it's there, and again, the body treatments take place right next to the ocean, so you're always hearing that ocean sound. And here's Amy boogie board, and she's the boogie board queen. And there's other people who come regularly, like Vanessa and Kathy. There's we have people who've just been over and over. And one of the best things is to play in the ocean. This is a well-known surf. I mean, surfers love this. It's a gorgeous surf, but you can boogie board and not get out in too rough. The water doesn't have to be too rough for you don't have to go way out to enjoy the boogie boarding. And at the last a couple of times, Amy's given boogie boarding lessons. So we've gotten people who've never boogie board before just learn to enjoy. It's like mini surfing. It's just you're riding the waves in. It's like going down a big slide. It's the best. So
and no matter how scared you are of the water, because we're holding you up and we're just doing the white water, it really is like tobogganing on the snow, and we're right there. So anyone who feels any trepidation, it is a wonderful experience. Again, you'll feel like you're 10 years old going down it. Everyone needs to have that experience.
Yes. And we do every time we do a horseback ride on the beach at one night of the week, and right at sunset. So it's just dreamy. And we have, if we have a lot of people, we might have a fast group and a slow group. You can go slow, or if you're more accomplished horsewoman, you can actually take a nice ride on the beach, splashing through the water, which is pretty divine. They have a really nice turtle release founded by a local guy who was, he was in his early 20s, and he started doing this, and they're very good about it. It's so relaxed and enjoyable, and it's a highlight for so many people, because I like to say it's if you have kids, it's like a metaphor for raising kids and launching them, because you dig them up, you have to release them at a certain time, and they all go to the water, and you can't touch them, and you're just cheering them on, hoping they get to the water. And so it's like having your kids leave the house, and you're trying not to be too helicoptery, but your heart goes out to these little turtles, and it's just such a nice part of it. You can the hotel offers different adventure trips. Kayaking's one. There's a hike to a cave. So there's you can get up. We spend a lot of time on the present moment grounds, but there's chances to get off to do events like this, the kayaking and hiking and cave exploring. So, and really, the food is tremendous here. I mean, they make such a good point of growing and serving beautiful organic meals and clean food. And there's if people want to do a cleanse, there's an opportunity for a cleanse. But they, this isn't all, just to know, if you want to make this, you don't want to be very pure, like it was a spa, and just not drink and do your cleanse. That's you can do that. A lot of people do it, but then they also have a really good bar here if you want to have a wine or a margarita. So it's like I said, it's as you like, as what's your thing. Oh, and then we have dancing at disco night. Beautiful, fun. You can't make it any more fun than this. But there's a new thing that was added recently, just the last time. There's a down the beach from us. There's a young couple have started doing these silent discos where you put on these headphones and you dance, and it's right at sunset. So you're watching the sun go down and you're experiencing this beautiful music, scenery. It's just, it's transcendent. So that's a new thing that we do right on the last night too, on the Friday night. And as she said, we feel like a kid again. I mean, there's big swings. I mean, it's just like, it's just the best. And we have, like, a lot of times we have people who birthdays or whatever, and we celebrate. It's always, we're eating together and we're celebrating together, and we all know whose birthday it is. Even if you're new to the group, not to the group, the new to Troncones, you tell us it's your birthday, whatever, we're on it. And then there's just the option of nothing. As I said, there's hammocks there. There's many people like to just almost reserve their hammock, so for certain hours, not literally, but you know what I mean, they have their favorite hammocks. So but the most important thing that we do is bonding with like-minded women. And I can't emphasize this enough, how people, they come into on any next tribe trip, but this one too, it just when you're with some people who are, as I call them, yes women. They're women who are saying yes to new challenges, to having fun, to experimenting. If you're together with them in this kind of setting, you are going to make really good connections and friendships. As a matter of fact, right now, there's a group of like 6 women I wanted to be on this call, but they're all out to dinner because one of our regulars who has gone to Troncones many times, she lives in Southern California and she's in New York right now. So 5 other women from New York who are regulars, 6 of them are all out to dinner right now. So they were like, we can't go, we're having dinner. But with Wendy from California. So that's what I'm saying, is the connections are real. They last, and there's look, you can't even look at the faces of these women and know they are having fun. And we all deserve that. We all deserve to have fun, and even make room for that in our lives. So that's what I wanted to show you, to give you like that overview of what Troncones feels like. And now I want to know if I wanted to see if anybody here has questions or concerns. How many people are seriously considering this? I know Priya, who's on this call, she's already signed up. I don't know if there's other people here who've already signed up, but I know Priya has.
I signed up with Priya.
Oh yes, hi. And your name? What your name is?
Suzanne.
Suzanne. I don't know why your name isn't coming up on the thing. So, and where are you from?
California.
Oh, good.
In the Bay Area, northern.
Fabulous. Do you have any questions?
My main questions are about the flights in and out, as far as like when we show up.
Well, everything is Saturday to Saturday. So and you're flying into Zihuatanejo, which is the airport code is ZIH. I'm going to write it, and it's on the, if you look there, it's ZIH. And excuse me, American, United, I'm pretty sure Delta and Aeromexico are some of the, I think maybe Alaska Air. Amy, have you flown Alaska Air? So so that's the logistics. And most of the flights get in, late or right around noon or in the afternoon. But we make arrangements for the airport pickup no matter when you get in. Even if your flight is delayed, they're watching it. So if your flight's delayed or whatever, somebody is going to meet you at the airport. And it's a 30 to 40-minute drive from the airport to Troncones. It's on a big highway, and then you get off, and there's one road into Troncones, and then there's one road that runs the length of the beach. So it's all pretty simple, and you'll be taken care of, and you'll get a ride back. That's all included. So anybody else have some questions?
I have a question. So
yes.
the palapas, is that what they're called? Palapas?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're all outside, or are they outdoor or indoor?
There are three that are, that's a good question. There are three that are enclosed and have air conditioning. The rest are open air. And I know that you're like, oh, open air. It's a dream. It's like but it's very luxurious inside. It's not, you're not camping at all, but it is open air because there's breezes and you don't have to worry about the getting too hot. You're not going to get too hot. But some people like to be enclosed and be able to lock doors. You don't lock doors. There's just no locks on your doors. But we have the whole hotel to ourselves. And as Amy found the first year she came, she had a big, very expensive camera, and she would put it behind the front desk. But then Amy, I don't know, from then on, you were like not as worried after that.
Yeah, I was going to speak to that because, in our modern day society, every time we're always being uber protective, locking everything up, looking behind you or not. But because it is so remote, and as Jeannie said, there's only one road in and out, it is so incredibly safe. I have been there on my own, and I have rented places down the street, and I've walked the street by myself at night. And also by bringing your passports, money, cameras, and all that, just putting it in the cabinet. Never, ever, ever an issue in the last 6 years of being there every year. And so that's quite extraordinary. And having an open air palapa, being able to hear the waves when you're going to sleep, and having these giant fans above you that moves the air around. Half the time I didn't use a mosquito netting. I didn't have to. It was cool and safe. It was beautiful. And also Jeannie rents bikes for us. So we'll all go on like a bunch of bike rides to all the little coves and look at the fishing villages and the little cafes that are down by another coast. And so you really get a feeling of Mexico. Again, very safe, because the present moment, Tom did an extraordinary job in creating that place with beautiful appointments, really gorgeous architecture and appointments, like I said. But if you ride the bikeaways, then you get into a little bit much more of a neighborhood where it's more local. So you get all of those experiences so close and so easy to get to.
And I just realized that my friend Catherine is on, and she's been all the years as well. You want to say your experience, why you keep coming back? Wait, you're there. You are.
Am I off? Yeah. I want to add about the question about the palapa. It is open air, but there is still privacy. So it's not as if you're out exposed, okay? Even though by the end of the week you probably feel fine about it, but you can, there's a divider, and you can go into the bathroom if you when you get changed and all that sort of thing. There is privacy, but it is open.
So what kept you coming back, Kathy?
I think, well, it's just, the end of winter, just knowing, February, right? It's winter. And then knowing that just 2.5 hours plane ride, that afternoon I'm going to be in the water, like on that gorgeous beach, on that boogie board, drinking that margarita. It's unbelievable. And Jeannie's right. Like, you can do. I always say you can be whatever you want to be when you're down there. If you want to join up with some people and go and explore, you can do that. Or if you just want alone time, just wander down the beach and explore, you can do that as well. Or if you want to go and have, a treatment every day, you can do that. Read a book. I always find that I don't have enough time to do nothing. I mean, honestly, every day I'm like, what am I going to do today? I'm going to do nothing. But, I'm so busy.
Well,
no, it's just one.
I do remember when the first year, I was worried. I was like, well, are people going to get bored down there? You know, like just if the first year, but oh my God, there is not enough time to do everything you want, meaning there's just so many opportunities. And even if there's not enough time, there's probably not enough time to just soak in, you know, your time in the hammock, you know. So it really is. It's
magical.
It's different, and it engenders a different feeling about time. Time is different when we've been down there. It feels more like when we were kids, where time felt like elongated or something.
Yeah, and the beginning of the trip seems to go so kind of slowly, but then by about Wednesday I start to panic because you know it then zooms by, and then of course Saturday's here, and I used to kind of cry when I left, but then I was like, well, wait a minute, I'm coming back next year, so you know, and then I even went back. I even went back a couple of times during the summer as well. I just fell in love with that place. So no, it's a wonderful experience. And every year that I've been, in fact, this is the first year that I won't be going, but every year that maybe. But
never say never.
I know, right? It's been a completely different experience. It really has, and I can't say which one has been my favorite. I mean, it's just they're all different, and they're all just so wonderful.
Well, good. Thanks, Kathy. What about any other questions? You feel free to ask questions. This is what we're here for. Did Kathy, do you raising your hand? Oh, I asked you to unmute. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi. So I'm brand new to all of this. I've never been on any of your trips, but I've been following along on your site for a while and just retired a month ago. So I'm very excited to plan some trips. I've already been on a couple little trips, but my first question is, what is the temperature like there in March?
It's like, 80s, high 70s, low 80s, something like that.
Perfect. Yeah. Sounds great. And then I know I read something about this trip, but now it's been a while. So the palapas, how many people are in a palapa, or how does that work?
There's 11 rooms. 3 of them are more room, 2 are more room, like more like hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And the 9 of them are palapas. So what we do is we can, if you're single, you'll have the palapa to yourself. If you are coming with a friend or want us to fix you up with, match you up with a roommate, then they'll make 2 beds. And there are 2 palapas that can take 3 people. And I know that Amy and Kathy have stayed with one other person they're just bigger. So there's 3 people in it. But the thing to remember is that because we have the whole grounds of the hotel and there's a beach, you spend very little time in your palapa. It's more like, even if if you want to take a nap, there's lounge chairs, there's hammocks, there's rocks on the beach you can curl beside.
This sounds awesome. I am very interested in signing up. So
okay, good. Anybody else? Jeanette.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to have my first trip with you to Marfa, and this looks unbelievable. It just looks like it's right up my alley. So I've just got to look at the dates. I've got grandkids in spring break, and I usually take a trip with them. So, but I'm going to definitely check into it, and I'm going to go to one of them.
Well, and yeah, there's 2 different weeks. There's the March 9th through the 16th and March 16th through the 25th. So
did I say that one is full?
No, they're both.
Good. Okay.
Both still have room. So
excellent.
Yes. So please, one or the other would be great. And if you have flexibility, I think there's a question when you sign up. If there's flexibility, then just let us know in case there's like we need one more person at this week versus that week, we might.
Oh, okay. That's a great idea.
Yeah, but it's up to you. If you don't have flexibility, then you just tell us that. But if you do, that's really cool. So, what about you, Brandy? Where are you from? You just need
Brandy?
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. There you are. Hi, Brandy.
Hi, I'm in Asheville, North Carolina.
You know, I'm in Asheville.
What?
I just moved to Asheville.
So my friend Lisa Keslick, she and I did the menopause thing together, and she connected me up with you. And I think now I'm just remembering this. I think she told me it was because you had just moved to Asheville, and she thought I should find you.
Oh my gosh! So we'll definitely talk offline. I'm so excited. How cool is that? Oh, I live in Asheville. That's where I am right now.
Yeah. So I moved here in 21 and have just been receiving the newsletter thing since Lisa had forwarded it to me and said, girl, you need to be on this.
Oh,
and
my
just
God.
read about it in bed the other morning and said, oh my God, okay, I think I need to do this. So I reached out to a friend, and she's trying to come with me, but she couldn't come to the Zoom meeting. So I said, don't worry, I'll go. So I'm texting her the entire time. Now they're talking about this. Now they're saying this.
Oh, good. Oh my gosh. Which part of, real quick, which part of town?
Downtown, straight up, right across the street from Chai-Pani.
Oh, okay. I am in West Asheville. So
okay,
right near Batiwala. So anyway.
Okay, yeah, both of the restaurants, sister restaurants. Yes, we live near the sisters.
Yes. Okay. Oh, good. But do you have any questions?
No, right now I'm feeling pretty excited and pretty confident. I don't really have any. I read every drop of the material that was attached, so I feel like a lot of this is just sort of re-stressing some of the things that had already been in the material. So
good. Oh, I'm glad. Well, we'll talk later because we'll get in touch. I'm actually leaving for 3 weeks on Wednesday, but after that we'll get together. So anyway,
that sounds great, and hopefully I'll get to meet everybody.
Yes,
that'd be great.
What about Michelle Meyer?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, good. And you're going to Paris with us.
Yes, I am. Please welcome. Please come with us to Paris. We're going to have a lot of fun.
We are, because you know Lucy Frost, and she's going to be on that trip.
Yes. I realized I've been to Ixtapa, Zanahoy. I don't know how to pronounce it anymore. I've been there.
Oh,
I didn't realize it. I knew that. I didn't realize that Troncones was that close to there. Okay.
Yeah, but it feels very different. I mean, that's the thing.
Yes.
I mean, I've spent a lot of time. Ixtapa, has all the beach vendors and you can do the paragliding and all of that, which is fine, but that's like, it's commercialized beach. This is not a commercialized beach. It's kind of, just very low key, which makes it so nice. So you don't have a question?
No.
Okay, good. What about you, Caroline? You don't have the bandwidth for video, but would you have a question?
No. I've spent a lot of time in Mexico, and I like what you're describing because, gosh, it was over 20 years ago when Zihuatanejo used to be much less developed, and even Sailita, and so seeing those changes over the years, but that's everywhere in the world, right? But there's still places that are, still that wonderful Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. There is definitely a feeling like it's like time's kind of avoided the this little spot. I mean, we've seen, like, I've been going there so long, I see some changes, but it still has retained that little small town charm, and which is just beautiful. So
Jeannie, can I add something about the food? So what's really cool is the food, of course, like Jeannie mentioned, it's extraordinary, farm to table. It's all organic. It is incredibly healthy and tasty. So I kind of use that as a reset for me getting ready for the summer. It's in March after all of the, the winter holiday bad food. So I think of that as a reset. And we have a buffet style for breakfast, and it goes like all the way to 10 or 11. So a lot of times you can have like a late, if you're that person, have a late breakfast and then tiny so it's included your breakfast and your dinner every night. And I want to remind you guys, from 5 to 6, happy hour, half price margaritas. So you'll find me after boogie boarding at the pool with my spicy margarita at 5 o'clock. And that's how we transition into dinner. So 5 to 6, a little pool time, margarita, and then dinner. It's a blast, and the food is extraordinary, delicious, and healthy. That's all I wanted to say.
Yes, yes.
But is there chocolate?
Yes, there's chocolate.
Okay.
I had a question. What do we need to bring as far as money?
Well, we'll definitely cover all this if, once you sign. We always have a meet and greet like 2 to 3 weeks before a trip where we can, go over some specifics, but you will, it just depends on how much shopping, but I would say like $300 usually would get you in there, get you through. There is there used to never, for a long time, there was no ATM, but now there's one ATM that mostly works. But, the only time you really need pesos is when you're, if you're out and about in a little town and a little shop that's not, for set up for tourists or credit cards. But a lot of things, your alcohol or any snacks that you get outside of your 2 meals, the hotel keeps your tab through the whole week, and at the end, or if you book another, other body treatments or any expeditions or adventures, they keep a tab, and so you just pay at checkout with your credit card. So that's really fun. That makes it handy. What about you, Priya? You're coming. I'm so excited. Priya's a lifetime member, and she's been on our a couple of you were here. No, you were in San Miguel before. That's right. I forgot.
I was, yes. I've never been to this one. I've heard about it. Kim's been trying to get me to go to that for a very, very long time. For those who don't know, I actually first heard about Next Tribe through my former neighbor across the hall. And that's how I actually went to an event in New York. I'm based in New York, and met Jeannie. And then finally got involved in going on a trip. And my first one was San Miguel, which was absolutely amazing. I'm still trying to figure out what my next trip is going to be, but scheduling hasn't been, we've been doing a lot more travel for work, so scheduling has been a little more complicated. So now I'm dragging Suzanne, who you met earlier, who was my college roommate, to this trip. So yeah.
That's great. Any questions for you?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm good at the moment.
And yes, and Kim is you saw her in a picture. She's the yoga teacher, and she's been many times with us as well. So she's an old Troncones hand, as I like to say. Speaking of Kim, and I remember earlier I said that there was people I wanted them to come to this event, but they are out to dinner. So they just sent me a picture from where they're for dinner. So I'm going to share my screen and just show you again. These are people who they all just met at or not all, but as a group they met. Can you see this?
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah. So they're at it. I don't know where they went to dinner, but look how cute. Like they're all, as somebody said, they're all repeat offenders, as they said. On this trip. So they're out to dinner in New York. This is Wendy right here, and she's from California. So but as I said, that's the kind of thing that warms my heart, because it's like, oh my God, I love to see these lasting connections and everything. It's really important. And to find the kind of women that you're so compatible with at this age, meeting. And I think it's mostly the women who kind of are putting themselves out there and kind of wanting to still do and see and have a lot of fun. That's the kind of women that that come on these trips. So it makes it easy to make friends because you've all kind of self-selected. You've already decided, you already proved that you're willing to go out on the, out of your comfort zone a little. If you stay in your comfort zone, you probably just hang at home with the people you already know. But to go on one of these trips is to really say, okay, I'm ready to do something else. Not that we're doing anything physically taxing or anything. It's just that you're going to a new spot with new people and you're ready for a new adventure. So we love that about the women who come on these trips. So
Jeannie, can I just chime in, since I just so I just came back from my first Next Tribe trip I just came back from San Miguel de Allende. So and I'm sharing because, if anyone is, I'm hearing a few of you, first time trip. First of all, the trip, I mean, it was beyond spectacular. We were a total of 16 women, very diverse group. Everyone embraced. I mean, it was funny because I was just texting with one of the girls earlier, and I was like, I miss our tribe, and I miss you too. Like, everybody is just so welcoming, and just all walks of life, but somehow we just come together, with this openness of just wanting to do more or different, at this stage of life. So for me, the difficulty is choosing, because the budget is not endless. So for me, the difficulty will be picking and choosing. I'm already signed up for Portugal in September, and I actually signed up before I went to San Miguel. So so just sharing, if anybody has any trepidation.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Beth. And you're right. It's always been a great group, but this was, this was the biggest group we had in San Miguel, is 16, and everybody, we just, like you said, it just clicked. Everybody clicked. We're still, and this does happen every trip, that we make a text group so that I can communicate with everyone, like, okay, the schedule changed and this is where we need to be. But the text group keeps going after we get back. Everyone's checking in and showing the purchases they made, or saying how much they miss each other, or whatever. It's always, it just stays active. And sometimes I go back to these text groups we just say hello to, just checking in to see how people are, like a year later. So it's not. And the other good thing that Beth, you'll see this, and I think other people have seen it, that if you start going on Next Tribe trips and you start ending up on a trip, like probably Beth, when you go to Portugal, there's probably gonna be people, I'm not sure about this, but that were in San Miguel. So
there are actually two. There are actually two signed up. There are actually two signed up for Portugal. Coincidence.
So you already know people when you're going on your next Tribe trip. So that's how it kind of works. It's pretty beautiful. But we're always open arms to everybody, anybody new coming in. It's just you're part of the fold. Then you're into the fold, in the fold. So if there are no normal questions, I put everybody's name in this bowl. I wrote everybody's name. Did I miss the iPhone? The woman who's just iPhone. She was on earlier and then she went away. But anyway, so I've got everybody's name. Suzanne, I didn't have your last name, so I just put Suzanne L. So now this person is going to get $500 credit to their trip to either week, but you need to sign up by in the next week. You need to sign up by end of the day midnight next Monday. So and then I have a little treat for everybody else whose name isn't drawn. So I hope you can see. I'm not looking. I have no idea. And Suzanne is the one. Suzanne.
Wow, thank you.
So Suzanne is getting $500. She's already signed up, so I'll deduct that from her what's due. I'm so excited. also, what I want to say to all of you, if you're on this, only you know this, but if you sign up in the next by Monday, I'll give you $100 off. Even if you're a member, you already get $100 off, and then since you were on this call, you get a second $100 off. So essentially $200. So anyway, that was fun. It was so suspenseful. It was gonna. So Suzanne's already, so she will automatically get the 500. But if you guys sign up by next Monday, end of the day, then you'll get an extra 100. We'll just, there's no code. You'll put your code in. If you're a member, you know that you will be given a code for this, and that'll get you the $100 off. And then we'll just we'll go in and refund you the 100 because you were on this Zoom call. Okay.
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
I have one question.
Oh yeah, one more question.
Who's Noah?
Oh, wait, he's gone. Or is he still there?
He's so young. No, I want his secrets.
No, I think he quickly went away. So
no, I mean, if he's over 45, I want to know.
Yeah, what did he do? Anyway, well, yes, that's a good question. How did Noah get here? So anyway, but all of you, thank you so much. Please, and you know what? Marcy, I am so sorry I didn't introduce you. I want to introduce you to Marcy Mitchell. She's our travel manager.
Hi.
So and I'm going to put her, she's got a very easy email to remember, travel@nexttribe.com. If you have questions that you didn't get answered tonight, or just you think of something, please email her. And if she can't answer it, she and I will work on it together. But we want you to feel confident signing up, and just say hi, Marcy. I'm just talking over you.
No, just hi. Nice to see all of you. I know I've been emailing some of you for a while now, so it's good to see your faces. And the group that was in San Miguel, I was on that text group, and it looked like that was just fabulous. So much fun. And this sounds amazing. Every time I come on one of these calls, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go. So
I know. It does. It gets me excited about going again. I mean, I get, I love all our trips, but this one's very close to my heart because Troncones is absolutely my favorite beach in the world. So I'm hands down. So it always is. It's the most fun for me because we're staying in one place, and I get time to really play versus, on other trips, if we're moving around a lot, there's a lot more, cogs in the wheel and more logistics. This is a beautiful, just open time for all of us. So I hope you will come, and please be in touch with any questions. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.